Hello, 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 and welcome back to Distracted Dwellers channel. I am Dee Dweller, and we are going to play some more Stranded Alien Dawn today. Let's go ahead and switch screens. Hello! Our theme for today is going to be playing the least liked characters, or the least played, or like the less favorited characters. And I did initially come up with a list. I did some research, a list of what the most preferred characters are. I'm going to pull that up really quickly because I feel like I think I saved it. So I'm going to check my screenshots really quickly because I really do feel like while I was looking this up, I did save it somewhere. So let me check really quickly. Where's this list? I did save a list. I just gotta find it. I planned this stream, I think more than 2 weeks ago. So it's a little ways back in my history. I just have to look. But let me know, how are you guys doing? It is Sunday. The weekend is coming to a close. Never fun to see the weekend end. I'm not finding that list, but we all know, we know. We know who the favorites are. We know that Krista's the favorite. We know that Ken is the favorite. We know in the community of players who are public with this game, as in like they publicly play this game or they publicly talk about this game, whether that's on Reddit or other social channels. We know like who the favorites are, what like the A team is, what the B team is. We kind of are totally aware of that. So that said, and let me make sure too, real quick, I'm gonna make sure we have audio. We'll give it a little bit of a boost. But if the audio is too loud, just let me know. Because I can always adjust it. I just cannot hear it because I didn't feel like wearing headphones today, and I didn't want to give a feedback loop on the audio through my microphone. So I am going into this deaf today. I can't hear the gameplay. I won't hear like the battle music or anything like that. So I'm counting on you guys to let me know if you hear battle music, that I have that little red flag in the corner of my screen if I hadn't seen it already. Let's start a new game. We'll play traditional crash landing scenario, okay? And let's really focus on our... I do want to make this challenging, so let's do desert. I love to go to the desert for a challenge. So we're going to go desert. Concordia. Oh, some other new moons, I guess. You know, I really don't want to break the game today. Like, breaking the game is not the point. So we'll just stick one of the non-modded moons. We'll go with chaos. Seed. Do you guys have any seed recommendations for me? Hello, Cat Rage Cheese. Good to see you. Glad that you made it to this stream. You can make up any kind of seed name you want, and somehow the game pinpoints it on a map. So what are some seed suggestions? Let me know what you think, and we can fill out our seed. And then once we do that, we'll be able to choose our team. And that really is going to be the main course, the meat in the meat and potatoes of this meal, is who are we playing with, because there are certainly our like A-lister characters in this game, and I've already named some of them. Krista, Ken, there's Rita. She's kind of like your she's probably like your A string as well. Vivian, absolutely, mwah, chef's kiss. Vivian is my favorite of all the characters, period. Like, she's top tier for me, Vivian. I love Vivian. And so do a lot of other people. I'm not alone in that assertion. I think what we're going to do, since Cat Rage Cheese is the first person to show up in the chat, we're going to actually just use Cat Rage Cheese as our seed name, okay? So we're going to do that, and let's go to that lovely character creation, not creation, but character selection screen. We're definitely not going to use any mods. Those don't count. So I'm going to take all modded characters off, and we can take Kana off too, because we're going to start from scratch. I would say that probably a least favorite would be Annette. While she does have really good stats starting off for cooking, crafting, and farming, which makes her valuable, She has a movement speed decrease of 25%, which makes it take her forever to do any of these things. And especially if you're using her for farming, farming usually takes up like a wider footprint, and that's a lot of map that she has to walk across to do those things. So she's like a candidate for this. But let's look a little bit further down the line. Carter, I do see him in a lot of gameplay. I'm not sure why. Maybe for his construction skills, or maybe it's to do with, it's probably this, the fast learner part, the learn skills twice as fast. That may be why people like Carter. So I don't think we should really pick him today, even though he does have to relax twice as often, which is like the downside of Carter. That learning skills twice as fast, I think, makes up for the difference, and people do play with him. So he's maybe not who we're looking for today. I'm glad you enjoy the seed name being named after your screen name. A lot of these, unfortunately, are really getting like muddled by mod characters. I think I might at some point clean out all my mods, like just undo all the modding and just go back to base game and see what we can do with that at some point. Emmeline, she's definitely one of the favorites. If she's not A string, she's at least B string. People really do like Emmeline, so maybe not Emmeline. Ember, I personally really like Ember as an alternative to Ken, even though Ken is obviously your A-list for his scavenging skill. A close second would probably be Ember, because she's got that that high combat stat. She's also got high construction and intellect. She can do physical and healing really high. She's just like an all well-rounded character. I think, what is her... Oh, and she increases the critical hit chance of everyone within a 50-meter range of herself. So yeah, she's top tier. She's right up there with Ken. So let's keep going. Henry, I feel like I've not ever played with Henry unless he was randomized onto my team. So this is probably a good candidate. He's interested in combat. He's got a high physical trait. He fights twice as fast with melee weapons. That's cool. Anti-freeze blood, his tolerance to cold and heat is also increased. He will not harvest or take care of any plants or animals in any circumstances. Okay. I feel like that's really not even a bad set of skills. I wonder why he just doesn't... He's like flying under the radar, I think. I think this is one that's flying under the radar. Jack, it gets used a lot, but he does come with a really strong trade-off, and that's that he's got this like sickness, right? Like he's got like the head issue where he, like, if you can't heal him, I think he dies after a couple years. So he's not going that's going to last for very long. Kana, this is the one that we started with when it randomized my team to begin with. She is vegan. She refuses to eat meat. I cannot tell you how many times I've played this game and had a vegan on my team, forgot they were vegan, and then they starved to death because they would not eat the food that we had, particularly if it's like a winter spell and she has nothing to eat but meat. They will die. So I consider somebody who... I didn't know she was half-sisters with Ken. That's news to me. I consider anybody who's that is listed as a vegan in this game as like a risky choice, because they just could starve to death so easily if you're not really paying attention to your resources and making sure that you have vegetarian options. Maybe that's just my personal ignorance that I haven't really taken that super into consideration. It's not a habit for me. I'm not vegan. I'm not like somebody who needs to eat like an all vegan free diet. I do have friends that are, and so I'm like, I tried to like pull my hair back, but it's like still getting in my face somehow. So when I have people over, I do take those things very much into consideration. But in this game, it just hasn't clicked for me yet. All right, Ken and Cantina are definitely A teams. We're not going to even talk about why, they just are. Lara is the OG A-lister of this game. I remember when this game first rolled out, her name was on every optimized team list, every single one. And I guess it's for her farming skill. I never played with Lara. Like, I didn't get the hype. but I know that there's hype, so we're not picking her. We're not picking Krista. Maki is kind of a newer one. She rests twice as slow. That's a big hang up. And her skills are healing and farming and a little bit of cooking. I would say she's probably a really good candidate because she flies under the radar, like how I said earlier with, who was it? With Henry. She flies under the radar, but looking at her stats, I can see why. I understand at least why she flies under the radar. Resting twice as slow, problematic. Her skill sets, not super specialized. I guess unless farming, sure. Healing, we just gotta make sure that she's never in the front line for getting attacked or injured because we're gonna need her to be our healer. Naris, combat incapable, that's a problem. I think I only ever play with Naris when he walks into my map as he's a walk-in usually. I usually get Naris as a walk-in. He cannot experience meltdowns any first, that's a plus. He will not fight or hunt in any circumstance, that's a major negative. So if we are hiding Maki in the back because she is our healer, and then Naris won't even fight, that would really be handicapping us, don't you think? But maybe that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the worst, not the best team loadout, but the worst team loadout. I'm gonna add him for now, just to take into consideration. I think he's gonna have to be our crafting farming person for, if that's the case. No, she's farming as her primary, healing when the circumstance calls for it. So he would be our crafting guy. Paulette, I do love me some Paulette. And I love the drama between her and her sisters. Can't lie about that. I've got a whole ongoing series about this family empire build between her and her sisters that I'm playing. And I'm hopefully we'll be able to release a new video of that. That'll hopefully that will be my next edited video. We'll see how it goes. This looks like AI characters, so I'm assuming those are characters from our mods. We also have Quinn. I would say he is your B team construction worker or your A team construction worker. Truly, it's between Quinn and who's the other guy? Raka, right here, Chad. I call him Chad usually. Between Quinn and Chad, these are your A or B interchangeably because I think these two get swapped a lot. They're pretty balanced, but these are usually your first picks for construction. Samantha, high combat, high intellect. I think Samantha gets overshadowed a lot by Nova because these two have a lot in common, and what makes Samantha the lesser choice to Nova is this vegan situation here. So let's go ahead. She does have a 3-time work speed with constructing devices or furniture, specifically devices and furniture, not building buildings. And her construction, though she's interested, is really low at the start. So I don't know that I would consider that to be a huge plus. I do consider the refusing to eat meat a huge negative, especially because we're playing desert mode. There's not going to be a lot of vegetation for her to eat. But we're looking for the worst possible combination, so we're going to pick her. And she will be our researcher since she's got high intellect. So what do we have here? We have crafting, we have farming, and we have intellect, so research and observation. We'll make her farming and cooking. He'll be crafting. Physical is a 3, so he can also be the guy doing the mining, the chopping. We have one more spot left. And what is the thing that we're missing here? Construction. We're really missing construction. And what am I overlooking anything? What do you think? I think construction's the big one. So let's figure out construction. Vivian, my love. Vivian's the best. I love Vivian. She does 4-time work speed when crafting stuff from fabrics or leather. So when it comes to the tedium of making sure everybody stays clothed, Vivian is bae. She swoops in, she fixes the problem. I absolutely hate having to keep on top of the tailoring bench, but it's way less tedious if you have Vivian on your team because she can make it happen faster. Otherwise, it becomes this huge chore that takes people away from their specialized crafts, and then you end up with deficits in those areas. Vivian fixes that problem all by herself. Xander. I think Xander is a favorite of Nerdette Gaming. Have if you watch Nerdette play this, lady, I'm pretty sure she loves Xander. I've seen her play this game multiple times, and I think like she picks Xander 2 out of 3 times when she plays this, probably. So I'm not gonna pick Xander because there's something to him that somebody really likes that I have personally witnessed a lot of. So I think we're gonna scroll back up to, who was it that I said at the top was a candidate? Who did we have up here? Annette? I think it was Annette. Because she's like slower. She does make other people happy by cheering her up. That's like her plus side, which is not a strong plus, to be honest. But this means if we put Annette, so let's go ahead and just round out the team. We'll put Annette on here. This means that we don't really have a strong construction candidate. Construction interested, but she's also our combat. I guess she can be doing construction when we're not in combat. So that's the plan. All right, let's move forward. This is our team. Our team of like overlooked bottom rung characters that are way less optimized than we typically see in these gameplays. Let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and start game. And we're gonna see how this goes. I do not have high hopes, but that's kind of the point. That's kind of the point. And we're playing in the desert. So yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be very rough. But we're gonna do our best. We're gonna see if it's possible to thrive with this loadout, with this character combination in the desert, with the Chaos Moon, in medium difficulty, on the crash landing scenario. So literally just making this extra hard on myself. Wrong scenario. Oh, that's fine. That's nonsense. That's for part of something that we're going to probably disable at some point. Look, we have a dog already right here that we cannot tame and probably should not tame anyway. I think the first thing is first that we always do in all of these scenarios is we start loading up our research. So let's do that. We're going to start observing things that are important to observe. I do love that we landed on a little pond. There's like a little water. It's really small. I don't know that I would feel, if this was me in real life, like I don't know that I would feel like I could super rely on this very tiny pond to be sufficient to build here and try to survive here. Because if that dries up, everything you've built, you're going to have to abandon to migrate. This is extra cute up here on the hill. Oh, see, and that's in a real scenario, I would move down here. Like ultimately, I don't know that I'm going to move my whole team down there just because the water doesn't really make a difference right now unless they update the game where it actually serves a function. So I'm not going to move anybody all the way down here. There's just no point. There's no functional point to do that, but I might move them up here because this will give us the high ground. I can see that we have a nest over here in the distance, another one over here, but I think they're pretty far. They're far enough away, and even though this pond is no bigger than the other pond that we started at, it's elevated. We have a walk-in. We have a walk-in already. That's crazy. I wonder who we got. We got this creepy Yana person. I should have said no. Oh no, I should have said no. I didn't mean to grab her. I won't do it again. I won't do it again because that's going to throw off the point of this game. This game was serving a specific function. We want to make sure that whoops, I was thinking about researching that tree. We want to make sure that we're serving that function for the gameplay. We want to stick to the topic, to the theme of the game. How do I already have fermentation skills? We're just starting off with like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll just start migrating over here, I think is what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and set up camp. We'll grab this stuff. And we'll start it here. I don't normally build that way. I don't know why I did that just now, but that's what we're doing, I guess. This is what we're doing now. This is the new plan. Let's grab some sleeping cots. And then I'm really gonna have to go back to where we landed, crash landed, and grab all of his resources. And now that we have like 5 people, we're gonna have to grab all of those resources and migrate them over here. It's gonna be a little bit problematic, a little bit troubling, but it'll be fine. We'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna seal this up for no good reason, but we are. That's what we're doing. It's gonna be a unique build. I don't normally build in this direction. It's making a little bit of a funky shape, but I like it. We can work with this, you know? Sometimes you just gotta mix it up. You gotta like create some variation, you know? Spice things up a little. We're gonna spice it up. Why do we have leisure already? Shroom torches? We don't have shroom torches, trust me. We are starting with a surprising amount of researched stuff. So I don't know what that's all about, but we're just gonna keep moving along and act like that's perfectly normal. We don't have the means to grow this campfire yet. I think what we're gonna have to do is cut down some, we're gonna have to get some wood is what we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna also set this to scavenge. And after I really do queue up some of the basics, you guys, then we will, what was I gonna say? Once I get some of these like beginning things queued up, we'll worry about giving everybody their specialty, right? Because like we did talk about the fact that there was a specific loadout we did want for this team. So I still didn't queue any wood. We're gonna need wood. We're gonna at least need stones. So let's maybe start with that then. We'll start by mining. We'll start by mining these stones. That's what we'll do. And now let's take a look. I'll pause, I'll like set up our screen to look right here. And we're gonna now start working on our management. So I don't know what. Beautiful. Yana brought all of this research. That's why we have all of these things that we're allowed to do right off the bat. It all came with this character that I don't even want. I should have told her no. It's fine. We're not going to make that mistake twice. All right, management tab. Let's stay focused. We have to focus. We have a very specific loadout of characters. We need to think about this, okay? Annette's skills. Oh, buddy. All right, what was Annette's deal? Let's go over to her like little skill tree here. Ah, it goes away. Okay. Farming, crafting, cooking. Cooking, farming, healing. All right, so Maki farming. Thinking crafting and cooking for Annette. Samantha was our construction and combat. So Samantha construction. Naris is going to be doing the research. Yeah, I guess Giannis we can split cooking and crafting. We'll give Annette cooking and Giannis can take over crafting. Let's do that. Okay, so activities. Giannis is crafting, so we'll scroll down to crafting and we'll make this her primary. Tailoring can be secondary. Assembling can be secondary. Samantha is going to do our construction. That's her primary. Combat is... Where is combat? Rescue... I'll make... No, our healer needs to be our primary for rescue. And I forget already who the healer was. Is it Annette? It is not. Maki? Yeah, Maki is a good healer. So is Naris. Okay, Maki and Naris for healing. Okay, let's go back to management tab for a second here. Healing, we're gonna do... Okay, Maki and Naris, that makes sense, they're already like that. there was an option. Just load. See, this is what happens when you download too many mods. Things just get kind of crazy and it becomes difficult to figure out your original mechanics, right? Trying to like pluck them out of this just like overload of things that are going on right now. All right, Naris, I'm gonna put Naris on salvage and scavenge is number 1. I do forget. Crafting, cooking. I was gonna put Giannis on cooking, I think. No, crafting and Net on cooking. So Net cooking, Giannis crafting. Let's go back. So for cooking, that's down here. And Net will be our number 1 on cooking. And then crafting, we already did for Giannis. Construction, where are you at? Deconstruct will be a 2 for Samantha. Constructing is a 1. Okay, we're good. Farming, who is our farmer? I feel like that's gotta be Maki here because they're like one of the few people that actually has. Oh, good. I don't have to keep opening their character sheets. We've got the thing popping up on screen. Silly me. And number 4 for Maki in ranching and farming. So that's, whoops. That's who we're gonna have do that first. Ranching, planting, good. Okay. Which means I need to decide. I think, yeah, we're gonna have mining and then where's chopping, cutting? Between these two. All right, what skill did we not give attention to? Our repair skill. Who is gonna be our number 1? I'm gonna give a skill 2 to Maki for repairing here. Because their primary is going to be ranching and planting. So when they are caught up on ranching and planting tasks, they can come over here and do like some repair tasks. Handling, who do we want to be our primary handler? I think we're going to have that be Yana. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then lastly, researching. I haven't assigned anybody for researching, and it looks like Samantha was our girl for this. She's got like a whole 6 in intellect, so where are you at, Samantha? All right. I think that's pretty good. We hit like the main key points and what I was thinking for each of these people. Hello, the father of Sakura. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you and happy weekend. When I was young, I yearned for the number 2 in chat, and you have the number 2 crown. Lovely. All right, I actually, now that I've been doing all of that, I haven't been paying attention to how our situation is going over here. We have ourselves some stuff going on, but what we don't have, Samantha, I think, is who we had in construction. I'm gonna have her do these shelves first because it's gonna become really important that we get all of our supplies over to camp before they go bad over here. So that's gonna become like super important. And how many supplies do we have just chilling over here? Oh yeah, we need Samantha to pick up this gun. That's kind of like one of the very first things you want to be doing. So we'll have her equip that. All right, now what else do we have just kind of sitting over here that maybe we should not have sitting over here? First aid kits need to be put away. So I will give this responsibility to somebody to haul these, and it'll be her responsibility. And Net can haul the emergency rations. Maki's probably already hauling something, but we'll have them also come over here and start picking some stuff up. All right, let's speed this up. We're gonna put us in 3 speed. I know people are unarmed, but I can't help that. We only had 1 gun. So people are gonna be unarmed, sorry. Uh, all right, so we've done the rations, I think, the first aid kit, and then of course the landing pod will eventually need to be scavenged as well. This little dog here is so cute. I don't think, I mean, I know we can't tame it because we don't even have like meat to tame it, so that's just not gonna happen. Sorry, pupper. And I am a glutton for punishment. When I do end up taming the dogs, they end up completely dominating all of my gameplay because I end up not being able to do anything else except try to keep them alive. It's a full-time task. This thing is over here, like, dying from a lightning strike, I guess. Let's think about some things we need here at camp. We do have to finish this fire, and because we don't have any, I guess, like, of this, let's cut this, any sticks, we can't build a fire. And we all know that one of the very first things you need to do in this game in order to complete, like, setting up camp is to build your fire. And without it, we haven't even hit the first milestone. So let's get that underway. On day 2, we're on day 2. I wonder, do you guys have any bets? How long do you think this crowd is gonna last before we end up with our first casualty? And hello, Tony. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Glad you made it. Happy weekend. I hope you're having a good one. Hi from the UK, says Tony. Hello from California. Glad to have you here. So I don't know how long you've been here, but we were trying to pick up the most neglected characters for this gameplay. Yana, ignore Yana. She walked in. We didn't invite her. But our original pick, our original draft for this challenge was Annette, Maki, Naris, and Samantha. And if you're curious, after we do the stream, why we picked those, you can always just, you know, bounce back to the beginning and hear me out on why those were the least likely characters, or the least played or least picked characters. I think as we start to get all of this put together, we're going to need a fence. We still need a campfire. But now at least we have the means to build one. So let's do that. I think we should put it here. So we'll put it there, and then we need to get a fence, like, pronto. Because I did not put this on easy mode, and at some point, when we only have the means to build, like, a scrap metal fence, oh dear, we're in trouble. At some point, what is this? F to snapped corner, interesting. What was I saying? At some point, my goodness, there will be an attack. There just will be. How do I click and drag? Shift, hold shift. Why is it not clicking and dragging? I feel like that's super extra weird that it's doing that. I didn't used to have to, like, click every single square. Something about this. Oof, that little pop-up in the corner of the screen, I thought that was going to be like, oh, you're being attacked. I was ready to freak out. Full freak out. Was like, is it because this is a gate? Am I putting a million gates here? Wait a minute. Is this possible that I'm doing this? It's a fenced door. Oh my gosh. Okay, pause. Scrap fence door, deconstruct, and then construction sites, do not do. Okay, I'm an idiot. And that makes so much more sense now why I can only put one at a time. Alright, you guys, I figured it out. Oh, can we just pretend that didn't happen? Is that cool? Like, are we cool with that? I'm a little rusty. I think it's safe to say I am a little rusty playing this. It's been a while. And we'll actually keep one fence. We'll keep that one. Not having a roof reminds me of The Sims where I manage my money poorly. Yeah. I think we can see there we have a roof. See? Ta-da! This is our little shed, which is our temporary home for now. Hey, we have scavenged a new vest. That's cool. Does anybody need it? Let's see what people are wearing. Everybody's clothing situation right now is pretty good. We're in a pretty good place. So let's, a cause for celebration. We put our campfire together. See, I told you, first milestone. Woo! A great idea. Let's do it. Y'all can celebrate. Just don't forget to keep building this fence because this is going to be crucial. Did that just say a bunch of scissor hands? Ah! What was I just saying? Like literally I was in the middle of saying that was going to be a problem. And lo and behold, let's find out where it is. Okay, it's way over here. How's its health? We can't tell yet because we haven't like researched it, I guess. Do we wait until it comes to us? I think we'll wait until it comes to us. I could send Samantha out to hunt it, but I want us to have time to finish building our fence. Just in case I need her to retreat, I need somewhere for her to retreat to. Yeah. Oh, we need a research desk as well. Can't forget that. Let's look at our science and get our desks. I guess it's going to be a scrap metal desk because we do not have the resources to build anything else, and we'll put it there. Oh, stretch. All right, we kind of have a fence. I guess they stopped to sleep, so we weren't able to finish our fence. And virtually nobody's doing this campfire setting either that they special requested that we do. Oh, you know what? We need to go back to management tab and look at our schedule. So we need to kind of figure this out. We need to know, so from 10 to 4, that's 6 hours, 10 to 6, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's 8 hours of sleep. We'll do that. We'll do they eat during relax or hours for eating and relaxation? Okay, so 1300, that's 1 o'clock. That'll be lunch. 7 a.m. will be breakfast. 7 p.m., which is 1800, will be dinner. And then they can just do whatever they want at 10 o'clock. That'll be the schedule for now. I also need to save game, so hold up. Let's do this. We're gonna save this as, what did I call this stream? We called it the Underdog Uprising. So Underdog Uprising. Oh, I gotta spell it right. All right, let's do this. We saved it. Okay, cool. We're good. We're in a good place. Also, thank you guys so much for the likes. I appreciate it. It's so cool to see that we have just as many likes as we have people currently in chat. That's amazing. You guys are like 10 out of 10, 100 for 100. Like, perfect attendance. What can I say? Thank you so much for that. Oh my goodness. I think we need more lighting. It is so dark right now. Also, I would love it if we could have some traps. Because these fences are not going to cut it. I can tell you that right now. Like, it's just not. So, yeah. Let's do this like this. This is going to take so much scrap metal, you guys. It's going to be an insane amount of scrap metal to even build this. Actually, I should not skimp in front of the door. We still need a trap here. You never know, right? Like, it could happen. They could just come right up to the front gate, and we don't want that. Lastly, we still want to go around the back, like, full coverage, 360 coverage. It's 360, is it 480? No, it's 360, I said that correctly. The cool way to do it is to press like 5 times, says the father. No, isn't 5, so wouldn't 5 be like, unlike? You still end up like, 5's good, 5 is good, we can do 5. It's like when they do like me not, like with the flowers, they have to like count it out. But yeah, no, 5 works, yeah. I endorse this. that number works out for me. Animal attack. Okay, we are officially under attack. It doesn't seem to be moving too fast, but that could be just because it's not that close yet. But what I do need to take into consideration, if this thing's going to attack, is we need people incapable of constructing. I picked the one person. We need people to, like, also resources not available. Okay. Shoot. Naris, don't do that. I want you to construct. Oh my gosh, we don't have the scrap metal to construct this fence. All right, Sam, yeah, we're gonna have her attack this animal that's attacking us, I think, is what's gonna happen. So let's... Hypothermia? Oh boy. All right, well, if everybody's freezing, we need to first consider... We're just gonna draft them and stick them all around the fireplace. That's like plan A. Just to keep them like warm. Because everybody's freezing, which isn't good. Especially like this early in the game. It's the desert, it happens. Extreme heat and extreme cold. But they're all still wearing their good clothes, you know, their good quality space clothes that give them huge heat and cold tolerance buffs. Once that goes away, we're going to be wishing we had Vivian on our team. Be careful, the more traps you have, the more bugs you get, says Tony. Yeah, valid. That's true. Should be very concerned about that. Hopefully this isn't too many. This is a very small fenced-in area. It's not even fully fenced yet, but it's like really a small... just barely big enough for our shelter. So hopefully the traps surrounding it are not too many. We haven't even decided what we're gonna ferment. Oh, we need grain to ferment antibiotics, okay. We also have not decided what kind of research we're gonna do. Now is like not the time. Considering... Oh, you have to always do, what is it? Always do the lightning rods first, always. So let's do that. Lightning rods first, we'll do pickling, we'll do metal refinement, biofuel reactor. What are you converting? Hay? I don't know that we're gonna have a lot of hay, but we can come back to that. We'll come back to that. I think construction basics is sort of important right now, so let's focus on that. Where are my construction basics and why can't I select them? Do we have construction basics already? Did that come with... I don't know where Samantha thinks she's going, but the answer is no. She needs to be here because we're preparing for an attack. Whoops, not you. Samantha needs to be here as we prepare for our attack. How close is it? Okay, I feel like this bug is taking forever. Hopefully people don't what do you call it? Hopefully they don't undraft themselves before it gets there and then walk right into the like line of fire. Other than that, what were we talking about? We were talking about something before I did anything with the characters. What's this? Use. Can't use because we haven't researched it. Okay. Well, we can add this to our observation queue. I know we have no research desk. We'll work on that. Let's go back to 3 speed so we can get this party started. Like Yana's looking antsy, Nara's is looking antsy. These folks are not thrilled to be idling, but I need them all where they have strength in numbers, especially with an incomplete fence. Strength in numbers sounds really nice right now. The father of Sakura says, remember to bug scribe. Man, my dad jokes are getting awful these days. Yes, bug scribe. Please and thank you. Oh, Nars quit. He was like, nope, can't do it. Cannot stay drafted. I'm out. Oh, I brought him back, so he didn't get very far. Oh, where is this though? Like, is it even coming the right direction? Like, where are you trying to go? Did it really just attack? Sam, I'm gonna need you to just come attack this because this is taking forever for this thing to decide. Alright, okay, we're not doing this. You'll have to fend for yourself. I made the mistake with Giannis adding her, and now we're having to deal with the fact that she's already throwing the game a tiny bit. Thankfully, she wasn't like super OP. But we're not going to keep accepting people because then we're not going to be able to play this the way it was meant to be played. Sam, run! Run! That thing moved quick. How do I get back to camp? I'm going to need her to come back to camp to fight this. Okay. And then this guy, wherever he went. Okay, he's going to sleep. Maki is passed out. I'm going to have Annette rescue Maki. And then I think I'm going to start putting people to sleep because they'll be under the shelter and that might be the safest place for them. So let's undraft her and put her immediately to sleep. Let's undraft Yana and put her to sleep. Sam is going to come fight from here, I think. And let's go see how Sam is doing. She managed to get away pretty well. But where is our attacker? Nowhere to be seen. Okay, I guess they gave up the goat or she won her fight. She didn't win her fight. Look at this thing, this little weirdo. Over here fighting the sugar cubes. Super duper weird, but we're not going to keep hunting it if we don't have to, because they didn't work out so well for her the first time. We're going to allow them to go back about their business. We're still at 3 speed. It is 29 degrees outside. But I'm not seeing anybody complaining of hypothermia, so we'll allow it. What we do need is to find some scrap, something we can scrap nearby. Would you look at that? We're gonna butcher those. We do need some scrap metal. We do. Also, I feel like we should harvest these T-balls. This, like, white driftwood stuff? Fallen trees? Yeah, we can cut all of that. Fallen trees? Cut them. That will give us timber that we can work with. We can research the shiny rocks. And there's a piece of scrap metal we can scavenge. We'll do that. Oh, no we won't. No, that's getting kind of close to this nest. I don't know about that. I'm not really feeling like our one gun is going to take on the scorpions. I just don't. It couldn't even take on one scissor hands. We're going to need to do better. Annette is starving. Why? Why is she? How could she even be starving right now? Like, don't we have a ton of... Yeah, we have like 47 emergency rations. Why is Annette starving? Little weirdo, you don't have to be starving. Eat something. Where are my rations? I think they're over here. Yeah, we're gonna have her eat something. Sometimes you gotta like really handhold them. They don't always make the smartest choices on their own. The ant has a sugar rush, says the father of security. And it also had a sugar crash. That's why it gave up the ghost when Sam was fighting it. That's my new theory. Yes. Yeah. Keep them coming. I'm enjoying the puns. We are getting some traps built, but we're still missing a lot of the metal we need to finish this fence. And when the little scarebies attack, they don't attack just one at a time. They usually come in like a crowd. They usually come with like their whole entourage. So if that's what's going to hit next, which it could be, we're going to want the fence fully constructed. Oh, and just as I said that, Samantha, being a total boss, finished constructing the whole fence. All right, so what I would like to do is like literally just make a whole nother one. So we'll have fence, we'll have traps, and we'll have fence. That should give people plenty to work with, defense-wise. I would hope. We still only have one ranged weapon, so that one person is going to have to take on whatever attacks past all of this stuff. These are weak fences, though. We're going to want to upgrade. Let's look at our defense. Have we even... Oh, we could definitely do better. We could do better. Let's do our construction sites. Is that going to get rid of all of that? But you know what? I don't want to get rid of... Yeah, I just don't want to get rid of all of our traps, though. So let's just do... these fences. Alright, because I just realized we could upgrade our other fence. So let's try doing that. We have... scrap metal fence, 33. Reconstruct. There we go, as a stone fence. We have plenty of stone that we can mine. So that's doable. And that will increase its durability. We are like low on stone though, so what we can do is like just queue up more stone and we'll have more. There we go. See? Quality of life is already improving. Wait. I say that and then we get... An unknown parasite is causing me fatigue and drowsiness. For now, there is no cure, but a skilled healer may be able to think of something. Wasn't Sam one of our skilled healers? Maybe Maki can do something? I don't know. Maki, can you heal Sam? Pause. Maki. Sam. Let's zoom in, because it's not letting me select Sam. Maki. Right click Sam. It's just like asking me to construct. Alright, maybe I can't click on Sam from Maki. She might have to be bedridden before they can do anything or try to do anything. Low food supply 4 days. That's problematic. We need to also think about like who's supposed to be researching right now. Was it Annette? Crafting, Giannis cooking, Sam constructing, Naris is scavenging, Maki is cutting, but who is our researcher? You guys remember, research is supposed to be Sam, but she's also our crafter. Wait. Our construction person cannot also be our research person. This is just bad. Do we have anybody that's like interested in intellect? So Net, Maki, Nara, Sam. No, we don't have anybody that's like interested in it, but I think I'll put Giannis on it. Well, Sam is my number one, says Zohan. Really? I chose Sam. Okay, but I can explain this. I can't because I think Sam is like the discount Nova. So I feel like if you had to choose between Sam and Nova, considering they kind of do the same thing, you would always pick Nova, in my opinion. Because I can get back to her bio and stuff. Where is it? Where did they put the little, there used to be like a little bio section. Oh, because she refuses to eat meat, that's gonna be super problematic. She also did not have the same stats, I think it was, as Nova. Like, the stats were comparable, but Nova still outshines her from my point of view. That's why I chose Sam. But I do think she still has, like, a lot to offer and bring to the table. I just thought that she would always be B-string to Nova. That was and Nova is, like, tied with Ken in a lot of ways. And so I was like, if you were trying to round out your team, I would assume you would go either Ken or Nova before you would consider Sam, but I could be wrong. As we can see, Zohan said that they would pick Sam, so Sam is still one of the OGs for some players. Zohan said, maybe I'm wrong, I use a lot of women from the sister stream. Oh yeah, none of the sisters are in this one. I think the sisters do get a lot of screen time with a lot of players, myself included, so I didn't include any of them in this playthrough. Yeah, the sisters are Katina, Krista, and who's the third sister? The outcast sister. Paulette. Those are the three sisters. Alright, Sam, before you go to sleep, let's do this. Oh no, is there a lightning strike? Are we getting lightning struck? It's time to add our lightning rod, I think. Whew! That was frightening. Look at the way that like just struck. Yikes. Lightning strike chances increased. Who is out here running around doing lightning strike stuff? Just don't. Let's just put you back to... You can't sleep? Okay. You can't do that either. Let's... I don't know. I don't have any T-balls yet. Oh gosh. I can't cue her up to cook anything. What can I do to bring this person inside to force them? I guess I can just make them stand here. Until lightning strike chance. Okay, it just went away, so we're good now. They can be undrafted. Maybe it was Krista, says Zohan. Yeah, okay, so I think you're probably right. Krista is usually the OG that people think, did somebody get... Nars literally just got struck by lightning, even though the lightning strike chance thing went away. This is insane. I cannot believe. After all of that, it went away for like a second and came back. And I'm kind of mad about that because now I have Naris over here struck by lightning. Probably going to be injured. She's going to go rescue him. Hopefully if she treats him, he won't suffer permanent damage. Alright, I guess everybody else can be undrafted now. The lightning thing went away again. I do feel like I just got totally punked by this game. That was really uncool. Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with a way. We're gonna like harvest some T-balls. Also, we're gonna have to research this. Oh, we don't have to research this. Alright, we're just gonna mark them for harvest then. Where were the T-balls again? They were not here. We have ourselves some cloth blossom over here. We have some hay, I think. Branch cacti we'll harvest because those make nice ointments, I'm pretty sure. Krista is typically picked because of her intellect. She's like really smart and can research things really fast. And I think she also has like one of her traits or benefits is that she has a lot of breakthroughs. So you get a lot of breakthroughs in research too. So yeah, Krista is definitely one of the favorites. I'm thinking at this point. Is there a better gate we could build? Scout report one of these already? No, it's too soon. It's only day 7 and they totally, okay, this gameplay is aggressive. It went straight to scissor hands. We didn't see any of the little, what do you call them? Scarabees. And now it's gonna give us one of these horned animals instead of like, still instead of the Scarabee, still instead of the more of the scissor hands, we're going straight to this now. Like, I feel like at this rate, after this guy, we're gonna go straight to the scorpions. That's not great. Like, I feel like we're getting a crash course here. Like, our Z-string characters are being put through the ringer. Worse so than most of my A-listers have ever been in their first week of surviving. We really seriously need to get this built. Yana, I don't think does construction. She does not. Sam, when you get up, you're gonna have to construct this lightning rod because we really just don't want to do that again. We really just don't. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Maybe Sam, after she eats, can do some researching for us. And pickling would be great because we have a lot of these glitter caps that people should not be eating, by the way. So let's look at... Oh gosh, let's look at raw fruits. Do not eat raw glitter caps. right? Juice leaf minus that. In fact, just don't do that. Don't eat those raw. And then let's copy these restrictions across the board because the glitter caps can make them sick. They're like slightly poisonous. We don't want them eating those raw. Let's keep an eye on where this guy is because he seems kind of close to camp. A lot closer than Scissorhands was when the fight broke out. Actually, where's camp? It's not here. Is our camp this small that I can't spot it on the map? It's so bizarre. And everybody's so spread out. It's making me a little nervous. Nobody's at home. Like at home. Home is so small. I also, if I can't find it during the day, it's going to be way harder to find at night. I think it's time we add some lighting. Because, yeah, that's going to become so problematic. I just know it. We're going to put one of these shroom torches here. We'll put one back here with our bins. And I think one in this corner will be good too. So we'll have those 3 shroom torches to help add some lighting, which might make it a little easier. We have all this fuel now and nothing to use it on. Risk of meltdown for Sam. Oh man, everybody's so spread out. I feel like this is not great for a pending animal attack. Let's go ahead and just start moving everybody in because by the time they all come back to camp, that's probably when this attack's gonna trigger anyway. Let's bring them in. We'll spin this way because I think our attacker, yeah, it's in this direction. Why is Naris down? Did he get attacked already? He did! See, this is what happens when you can't hear the battle music. Oh my gosh, you guys! I was saying this before when I was like, oh, I'll mute this for myself. We could not hear the battle music. I could not hear Naris getting attacked. This poor guy. Oh my gosh. Everybody else is drafted. He's just gonna have to... Oh man, is he bleeding out? He's bleeding out like a lot. Like a lot. Who can I send? I can't send Sam. She's the one with the gun. I need to send... We have 2 injuries? She's already doing it, okay. How do we have 2 injuries? I see. Okay. We need to back everybody else up that's still in here. There we go. So this person will be able to keep shooting from here. I'm gonna back her up again. Yana is gonna have to get out of the way. Annette, go deeper in the hole. There we go. So they're protected. And Maki is gonna go get Naris. Naris, oh my gosh, is bleeding out so fast. This is happening so quickly. It is day 8, I will remind you. We have only been here for 1 week. And we're already about to lose like our first our first person. Medical emergency Naris. Yeah, I noticed. Super noticed, thank you. Yikes. And Sam's on a meltdown? That's lovely. At least we still have another healer, though, that can do something. Maki was a good healer, right? Right? Like, a 5. Maki's a 5 in healing. Maki's a good healer. We should be okay, I hope. Naris is, like, bleeding so quickly. I don't know if he'll make it back to camp before she can even heal him. But we're gonna try. He's gonna bleed out in 11 hours, it says. I think we can make it. As long as Maki comes and heals, okay. She's healing Sam. Sam can wait. She needs to heal Naris first. Like, I'm sorry, but Sam is also perfectly capable of healing herself. My guy, I'm so sorry. We're not taking on any more characters. That is not the name of today's game. Alright, I think we've narrowly avoided it because Maki is I mean, I might be speaking too soon. He's still getting, like, the line is still dropping. Okay, it's going up again now. Sam needs to... Healing is a 2. Healing is a 5. Where's Sam? Scouting Y. Recover health. And then we'll have Giannis actually heal her. There we go. That might actually put us in a good position, maybe. Except Giannis is like not doing it. Oh, maybe she did it and I like missed it because it's on 3 speed. It's possible. Look at all of these things that need repaired. There's so much stuff here that needs repairing. It's gonna be... Oh, we should observe this. I think Sam's gonna absorb it. Yeah, she's already up and observing. That was wild. That was a little bit wild. Nars is still on the mend. Not even like, he's like barely over half health right now and climbing, but that was a really close call for only being 8 days into the game. And we got attacked by this Juno. And now we're gonna butcher this Juno because screw that. Screw that Juno. he deserves it. Yeah, but we honestly do need to get serious about researching this pickling. Otherwise, is it Sam that's the... Yeah, the vegetarian. Otherwise, Sam's gonna die. And if Sam dies, we have nobody to fight our fights. It's not a good look. So we need to keep Sam alive, which means we need to solve this pickling issue and get her something she can actually eat. We are down to 24 emergency rations. We have a ton of resources, but we just don't know how to use it yet. We gotta fix that. Okay, defenses has increased. Lightning rod, yep, we know that. We have other forms of production, like our tailoring bench, our workbench and stuff. I wanna know why we don't have basic construction yet, though. Like, that should be... I think, do you have to do wooden fortifications first, and then you can do basic construction? Maybe that's what I'm overlooking here. I feel like, no, that's defenses, but is it considered a defense? No, it's not. Okay, so now they're queued up. We're good there. We will see how far we make it. Yeah, you guys, what are your thoughts? Let's check in. Let's check in with chat. How are we doing so far? Are we exceeding your expectations for this combination of characters on this scenario? Crash landing in the desert with a vegan and a bunch of other people who have skills that they just absolutely refuse to engage in. Naraz absolutely refuses to engage in combat. Giannis absolutely refuses to engage in combat and construction and hacking and trading. Yeah. And then Sam won't eat meat, and Annette's like got a 25% speed reduction. Maki rests twice as slow, so they need twice as much sleep. Yeah, we've got our pacifist here. We have like we've got an interesting group for sure. The father of Sakura says, well, you're still alive, so that's something. Yeah, surprisingly, we've made it to week 2. Let's see if we can make it to week 3. If we could just start fermenting something, like I would really like if we could finish this research for pickling, and somehow, some way, it's just not happening, and that's a problem. So we need to make it happen. I'm gonna drink some of this drink. Alright, so we've discovered a silicone deposit. Lovely. Love that for us. We have insufficient storage space. That makes sense, actually. We definitely need more storage space. Let's build ourselves some more shelves. I don't know. Would it make sense to even build this up to the wall like that? We can try it. Oh, but then if we build a shelf here, we can't build the shelf like that. Because then nobody could walk in. So let's do this on this side and this on this side. That'll be fine. It'll just come straight up to the gate. The gate will become our new door. An abandoned building spotted. Interesting, interesting. Scavenged 44 metal. That's good because we're about to build some more metal shelves and some more metal shelter. That will come out like literally all the way to the fence, but I don't hate it. I'm just sort of like haphazarding this together, but all of this will become a nice little storage facility once we construct our actual base and we get them like off of the ground. I probably should light this. Who do we have? He's transporting stuff, and then we can have him start the fire before he ends up going off to sleep. Discovery barrel cactus. I really thought we already knew what that was, but I guess we did not. So let's flip around because I thought we had a lot of them nearby. Maybe that was at the previous site before we brought everybody up here. I think that might be the case. So we head back down here where we started. Yeah, that's where all the barrel cactus is. We can set it to harvest. That's fine. And then we can have Giannis. There's no storage, okay, to haul in any of this stuff. That's why it's just sitting out here. I guess we're just gonna have to keep... Whoa, we can use eggs? We're gonna have to use those. Yeah. Let's head back to base for a second, because I think we need to start thinking about food. We gotta get on this, like... Gotta get on our food game. Also, we gotta move this because this is useless to us all the way over here. We're gonna move it here. Okay. Food, 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 food. Right. I don't want to lose track of where I was mentally, but like... Okay, so... Can we finally pickle vegetables? Yes, we can. So let's do that. I found a cure for the parasite. It will heal all of its victims at once. Thank you! Finally! Good for you, Sam. Well done, well done. I think she was the victim, to be honest, but at least she's like also a healer, so that should be good. Alright, so we will do some pickling. And that will help us with our food problem, for sure, because we have all of these glitter caps and stuff that we've been harvesting. But... How are we doing? Is she like really tired? She must be. We'll have her ferment some stuff before she heads back to her default tasks, which looks like it's the researching. And then risk of meltdown Maki. That's fine. That's fine. Let's also consider what else we could be cooking. Like, we could be working through... Oh, we don't have potable water. No wonder I can't cook literally anything. We need to figure out this water situation. So we're gonna have to create a pump. I think we can just stick it right here next to this stuff back here. Insufficient material, instantly. Okay, we're gonna need more scrap metal, which we do have. I'm so sure that, like, we head back over here to the original this. Yeah, there's like scrap metal right here. So I wonder if I can get her to bring it in. If I get her to bring it in, we might be able to build that potable water thing, and then we'll be able to open up, like, unlock all the other recipes and stuff. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll do that. I this food is just out here like this. So we'll have this guy haul it in. Opportunity something old, or people spotted a plan for, okay, so like we really don't have the means to go do any of that exploration stuff. We just don't, because we don't have, look at our base. Like, do we look like we have the means to travel? We don't. That's just not gonna happen. We're lucky that nobody's died yet. And it was close. It was close. Naris almost already did, so I think we're doing okay, but we're definitely not thriving. We're not building hot air balloons and going on joyrides, so yeah. If we can get her back here to construct resources unavailable, what resources does this need that we don't have? We have 22 of 30 scrap metal, so it's not that we didn't have the scrap metal that was hanging out back there. It's that, I hope that's grain grass that I just clicked on. That would be great if we could get some grain grass. I think it's that we need to scavenge more. I think that's what this was about. So, oh, this is way closer. Why don't we salvage this? Oh, because we can't. We already scavenged it. We gotta research salvaging. Okay. Is anybody out here? Mackie's going to scavenge. All right, so we'll end up getting, I think from Mackie, we'll end up getting the rest of, oh my gosh, lightning strike cans. Somebody's gonna get hit. I just know it. Nobody's in range of our beautiful, like, they're about to be in range. Naris and Yana's in range. Sam is slightly out of range, and we're in a heat wave. So, oh, but the lightning thing went away. It happened so quickly. You're not connected to power. I'm aware. I'm aware that we're not connected to power. Thank you. Yeah. That is the least of my concerns right now. We can go ahead and throw up a poll. Why not? We'll stick it right here. And then we'll build our grid off of that, but like it'll maybe get charged from this if we put a battery there. Who knows? It was green grass. Okay, now we are cooking. We're not really, actually. We still don't have water, so we're not cooking anything. And folks are getting really low on resources as far as what they can eat, too. So that's about to become very problematic. We do have some food in barrels pickling, but it might take a little while before it's ready. So we just need to not run out before then. Did we get the resources we needed to construct this? We still did not. We need 8 more. And we have 59 scrap metal, it says, right here. I don't know why. Do we have to fully haul it in before it will allow me to build this? I don't understand. Okay, he's taking it there. Let's see what happens. Maybe that will be enough. Hopefully that will be enough. I think it was. It looks like it was. So we're doing good. Alright, so he's gonna put that together. We'll finally have potable water, and then I'll be able to start queuing up some actual cooking. And then maybe, just maybe, we're ready to start thinking about farming. I mean, I don't want to get our hopes up, but maybe. Hot drinks. We have the means now to make sure that we always have some tea readily available. We can make some veggie soups. We'll make sure that there's always like 4 of them in our queue. What else do we have? Are we able to make like the eggs? An omelet that I can't click on? Oh, I did. Okay. Let's make sure that there's like always 2 omelets. If we have eggs to do it, then let's do it. We are about to have some nice gourmet meals just in time because we're running so low on our emergency rations. I feel like, to be totally honest, this is maybe one of the most efficient playthroughs I've done in a while because I haven't gotten sidetracked with like getting ahead of myself on other research and plans and goals. And I've actually stuck to the bare necessities so far. And it's, in my opinion, paying off. So I'm really happy about that. We've gained some new leisure. You can do wall decorations, statues, fountains, and stuff. That'll be really fun. That is kind of the benefit of doing the mods, is we get like all these really cool other these really cool, like, other, what am I trying to say? Decorations, like ways to make the game pretty, like just for fun. All right, I feel like farming is our next step. So I don't think we've researched our construction basics yet. Yeah, we really haven't. We're just now getting through wood fortifications, and then we'll go to construction basics. After that, maybe we could be looking at what was I gonna do? I was thinking battery powers, emergency battery power, but we need to first produce electronics. Find or produce electronics. Where is electronics? Maybe it's under resources. Yeah, I'm not seeing it as an option to research electronics right now. We can do electronic smelting, weirdly enough, but we cannot do electronics. We have to find some, I guess, before we'll be able to... We'll look up refrigeration, but I really want to get to energy storage. I feel like that's kind of important. I guess we can look at fuel fermentation. We'll do 3 days of hay sausages because we just... Oh, we didn't actually, we got grain, not hay. Sleep training. Let's do 5 days of sleep training. We'll queue that up. I think that'll pay off long term. The Feather Secure says I mostly install dumb mods on my games. I can't even remember. I have like 41 mods, I think. My last count was 41 or something around there in this game. Too many to keep track of, that's for sure. Yeah, I think I might do like take some time at some point and clean out the ones that I really just don't use and try to make this a little bit neater so I don't get those like pop-ups at the very beginning of the game about like broken mods or things that are like incomplete or whatever that stuff is that pops up at the beginning. All right, now we're looking at some like serious fortifications, which is good, but I don't really need to fortify what's going to become our little supply shed. I want to build us, once construction basics is done being researched, I want to build us like an actual fort over here, and we will fence that in. In fact, I could start with the fencing now. No reason not to. There we go. Since we have the resources, or at least some resources to do that. Defense, gate. I think I like the idea of this gate opening up toward here, which might mean I want one of these on this side too. All right, let's see how that works out for us. We'll have, at least while they're building their fort, it'll already be fortified if they already have the fence up. Also, this allows me, if I think about this smartly, defenses, we can build our towers now, and that way tower construction is not going to be, it's not going to like pose any problems for our, usually I can stick them, I think because I have this, the fence is aligned to the edges, it's not like lining up correctly. But that's fine, we'll build the tower anyway. We'll just have one here, we'll rotate this to face this direction, and then this one will rotate to face forward. That should do us pretty well, I think. Housing, do we have, nope, we do not have like anything. Like we don't have foundation, we don't have walls, we don't have anything yet, so we're not gonna mess with that. But while we're planning our little fortified fort building over here, like the proper home, so they're not camping in the supply shed, we can start thinking about farming. So, at long last, we have made it to farming. I installed so many on Power World, says the father of Sakura, that it broke the game and it was a pain to fix. It wouldn't start. I need to play Power World again. It's been a minute, and I was just getting started on my second base at the time that I kind of stopped playing. And I was really excited about like building the second one because I learned from the first one, and I was like really trying to make the second one super like optimized, which was a good idea. Like I thought it was a good idea. It sounded like fun, but then I got busy and ended up not making as much as I thought I would. Okay, food crops. Let's look at what we got here. We've got some grain grass situations. All right, it's yellow. It's yellow. It's not great. It's like a 30% growth rate. Let's see what other crops we have that might grow better. 30 also still for the grain cob. Not a super great situation here. Let's look what are our other crop options. The barrel cactus, 50%. Let's give ourselves a barrel cactus field. And I think we can extend this even. Okay, there we go. We'll do some good barrel cactus planting. We do have glitter caps, but we could add some heptagonias, and they do really well over here, where all this green stuff is on the map. So let's think about just planting all of this over here. We're gonna have so much sweet syrup, it'll be great. Risk of meltdown and net. Oh no, I wonder why. She's sleeping. When she wakes up, oh, there's no fuel. Yeah, we might actually need some sticks. So we're gonna observe this broadleaf bush to get us some sticks. And then we're gonna come over here and chop some. Because we do want to have like fuel. That's important. Let's not forget it. Surprisingly, I do think that these little mushroom torches do a lot at night because that little pop of that little glow truly does help so much, especially now that the fire is out because we don't have the fuel to light the fire, which means we don't have the fuel to cook food. That's problematic. I probably should have caught into that sooner, but we got it. We're gonna get back. We're gonna get back on track. We're gonna have the stuff we need, right? People are seriously eating the pickled vegetables like straight out of the jar uncooked, and that's fine because that means that they have food to eat. We have 130 pickled vegetables. I think no one will starve now. Gourmet, right? It doesn't have to be gourmet. They just need to not starve. All right, and we've got our barrel cactus started here. We've got our sweet syrups over here on the like cliffside. We do have some wild growing glitter caps over here. I don't know that we need to cut more though. We do. Not cut, but harvest. Because I think we pickled them all. Because now there's none left. So we'll harvest these. And these ones. I don't think we need to plant them, at least not yet, because we have these ones growing right here. Which is as close as planting them would probably be anyway. What we don't have is grain. And we didn't really have a great place to put it either. 40% failed chance at farming 0, 40%, plus 20 growth for 1 day, farming 5. Farming 3 for green cob, plus 50% growth, 3% failure. We're gonna go with green cob. We're gonna look for somewhere better to put it. That maybe, just maybe, would have a higher... I'm gonna put it back here. I know we're gonna lose all of this beautiful lush greenery here, but that's like the only place to plant this grain cob where it's actually going to grow. So sadly, we do what we must. We gotta get rid of that stuff. But it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Our farming person, who's like been told that farming is their priority, has already gotten to work on these, which is great. These 2 fields are getting planted. The father of Sakura says, there's always the times you give your Sims an extra luxury kitchen, then they die from setting a barbecue on fire. Yeah, tell me about it. All right, so scissor hands. I think, okay. Is that saying we're... Oh, there's only one, though. There's one manti. I think we might be okay. I don't know where it is. So it's not super far away. I don't think it's like super close. At least everybody seems to be kind of like keeping... 4 of 5 seem to be keeping close to base. I don't know where the 6th is. But it's getting late too, so everybody's gonna go off to bed here. Once they do that, then we definitely will know that everybody's all in one place, which is good. Okay, so right now it's still aggressive animal. It has not elevated to attack yet. We do still have some people out who haven't made it back yet. So he's transporting medical supplies. And we're about to rot away all this meat that I did not know we had. I think we need to go to quick recipes, meat soup. We probably can't eat 10, but I'm gonna bump this up so that we can try to get some of that stuff cooked. And then, yeah, maybe it won't all go to waste. That would be ideal. Oh, we can also put a drying rack out. Why didn't I think of that sooner? Let's do that. Let's think drying rack. Material-wise, we don't have any wood. We do have some scrap metal, so we'll do some scrap metal for our drying rack. And we'll stick it... right here? Yeah, it'll be fine back there. That'll be where we put our drying rack. So we've got kind of like our little... now it's an animal attack. Okay. He's going for the slow wind up. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're just going to draft Sam and stick her here so that she can be ready to shoot it when it's time. Annette can do some cooking for us. She can cook this meat that's going bad before it goes bad, so hopefully we have something. And then Yaris is transporting... I don't know if they're going to be able to make it past this attacking animal. I don't know if they'll... Will they get intercepted? I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's right here. Boom, 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 boom. And she's over here. I think she'll be okay. I think she can make... I think she'll make it. Sam's doing this. I'm going to go ahead and have Nars wake up and construct this for us, just because I really don't want all that meat to go bad. I would rather hang it and try to preserve some of it so that all the butchering we didn't go to waste. And yeah, I really hope that nobody dies any dumb ways, like how they do in The Sims. It would be great if they could just like not do that. Like, please be a little bit smarter than The Sims. Man, so I'm seeing it's right here, slowly making its way over. Oh, look, it's getting picked on by this. Look, it's in a fight now with this long-tailed reptile. We didn't even tame that reptile. It's not even defending us. It just got territorial. All right. Maki's having a meltdown. That's not good. She's at risk of a meltdown. She's drinking some tea. I hope the tea helps calm her. Nars is almost done with our scrap metal drying rack. And then he wants to go scavenge. I really don't want him to do that. Appreciate the willow tree. I don't want him to do that either. Let's instead... where's the store here first item thing? Yeah, let's do that. I don't know, he can plant the grain cob field, sure. I just need him to not go where trouble is. Like, he's heading in that direction. That's the direction of trouble. We don't want that for him, so I'm sending him somewhere else. Fortified floors. Okay. I think we can, like, start planning our building here. 7 by 8. Rotate. What is going on here with this? It's so weird. Oh, because there's nowhere to stick the stairs. Okay, because it's like literally flat into the ground here. Interesting. I'm okay with that. I can live with that. We're gonna pick stone, because I think we have a lot of it. And if we don't, but we do. But even if we didn't, I think this would be the way to go, regardless. So let's get our door. And we'll stick it here. And then we're gonna bring down the roof. Oh, and then we're gonna look at this animal attack, right? Because this is happening. So it says, he's on this side of the lake. Is he gonna come through the lake? That would be a first. Yeah, he's not gonna swim across the lake. He's gonna go around, which means anybody that's on this side of it, I don't want to be on this side of it anymore. So let's move Naris again. We'll just have him go sleep. Yana is hanging some meat, and then she's gonna transport some other stuff. I'm actually gonna have her go sleep too. Annetta's cooking, and Sam, go here. I need you to be able to start shooting from a vantage point that you can actually see from. Can she not see the trouble? Okay, there we go. There we go. I wonder if I can reach her. So it's stuck in the trap. So you can see the trap is working. It's keeping it back from the wall, far enough back that it can't swipe at her, so that she can just sit here and shoot it like a fish in a barrel. Sometimes the simplest plan is the most effective. All right, cool. Fleeing danger. How's Maki in danger? What now? Maki, where are you? How are you fleeing danger? You shouldn't be fleeing danger. You're fine. Let's, like, I don't know, just put her to sleep or something. And Sam, we can undraft you. Do we need to research this? Apparently we do. All right, I think we can look at our building again. So let's do that. I'm going to take the roofs down. Oh, I already did. So we can start thinking walls, okay? I think, let's go in here. Let's grab a wall. I'm going to go with the stick wall. I know it's like not as pretty, but I have a reason for this. And my reason is, my reason is I want, like, because they're in the desert, I really want the temperature between spaces in here. Like, the outside wall's nice and insulated, but for the interior walls, I really don't want that. I don't want insulation. I want these rooms to have a really good, I want them to have really good, is convection the word I'm looking for? I want them to do really good, like, I swear there's a word for what I'm trying to say. Just want the temperature in between each of these to do really well, so. So gonna be some odd-shaped rooms. I wasn't really, like, being super calculating when I laid the base. I just knew that we would have enough space for these 4 rooms, so we're gonna do this. Door-wise, let's give ourselves some scrap metal doors. Like that. And now we have some bedrooms. Oh, we need windows. This house is gonna look terrible without some windows. Let's give ourselves these middle insulated windows. 1, 2, 3 over here. And those 2 there, and then we'll do 1 right here on the front. Just 1. Just 1, because this will be like the main space. So we'll put it next to the door. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, if we want this to look really good, we'll do 1 here too. All right, cool. This space will be like our living room, kitchen, work space, I guess. Like, really more like a kitchen slash utility room for working. And then we're gonna have our bedrooms over here. So one really tiny bedroom will just have one bed in it. Somebody will have like a solo room. One of these rooms is going to have to double up because we have 5 people in 4 rooms. It's fine. Somewhere, somehow, we will create a pair of roommates. It'll be fine. Again, stone is our more abundant resource, so we will do a stone bed. This long room back here will be our roommate room. This will be the roommate situation over here. And there we go. Now we have the beds, we have the rooms. We need to put some lights in here. So let's think lighting. We'll do wall torches. I usually feel kind of funny putting wall torches in these rooms. Just because, I don't know, I don't want to burn the house down even though it doesn't happen in this game. I always feel like mentally I'm like worried about that. I guess I'll wait to put electricity in them. We don't have floors yet. And I hopefully will have an electric grid that will give them electric power by the time we get all of this up and running. Hopefully. The folks says shoot a giant bug today. Yeah, another giant bug. And we are on day 17 in game. So what is that? That's a little more than 2 weeks. Nobody died at the 2-week mark. So we're on our way to week 3. And honestly, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty good. I really don't hate this lineup. I think that this grouping, and I don't know how much of it has to do with having a 5th person or not, but right now I'm feeling really good about this grouping. I feel like this game could do real in. As I say that, let's actually save our progress and go to Underdog Uprising, and we're going to confirm, and we're going to save. Yeah. All right. I think we're doing good. I think this is looking really good. It's looking really good. It's feeling really good. I'm really happy with it. I feel like we're probably going to need more resources soon, whether that's like, oh, speaking of, we're going to need more sticks. Did I research this yet? Could we build like a little farmland to grow our own sticks? So grasses and bushes. I think so. I think we can. Let's do this over here by the water. Do I really want to do that by the water? I don't. I think we'll just take our chances putting it here in front of. Whoops. Let's try that again. All right, grasses and bushes. We'll just stick it here. Yeah, that looks nice and neat and like very gridlocked with our other 3 items here. We've created a nice, like, aesthetically pleasing square out of all of these combined. And this way we'll be able to always have sticks, so we'll always have fuel for our fires. Fires, we need a fireplace in this house. Okay, let's do it. Because sometimes the nights get really cold. Sometimes you really need to light a fire to heat your fort, right? Let's look at what we've got here. Fire-wise, lighting and heating, fireplace, stone fireplace. And I think that's nice and balanced. That'll look really good. I'm feeling really good about this. What do you guys think? I honestly thought this would be a one and done stream. I really felt like I would play this, I would probably get a TKO, and that would be the end of it. But since we are not thriving, but we are definitely surviving, and we're on our way to thriving, it's looking potentially like we could get there. I'm going to save this, and we are going to come back for a part 2 in the next live stream that I do, because I really do think that there's a lot to this. Like, there's some potential here. I actually really like how this is going. So we're going to come back and we're going to see if this is a false start, like it's a false promising start, or if they actually can thrive and maybe even beat the game on this crash landing mode with Annette, Maki, Naris, and Samantha. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me on stream. I hope you're having a really great weekend. And I hope you enjoyed the game. I know I did. I was actually pleasantly surprised with how well this went. And I will see you next time, okay? Bye!